Prepare to have your mind blown as we unveil 10 strange but true predictions that have left us speechless. From Nostradamus's cryptic prophecies to the uncanny visions of a 19th century scientist, these predictions have stood the test of time and defied all odds. Join us on this journey through history as we explore the strange and mysterious world of prediction and discover the astonishing accuracy of those who dared to see beyond the veil of time. Number 10. The Great Fire of London. In 1666, the city of London was struck by a devastating fire that burned for 5 days and destroyed a significant portion of the city. But what's eerie is that this disaster was predicted 5 years before it happened by none other than Samuel Pepys. In 1661, while writing in his diary, Pepys described a dream he had where he saw the city engulfed in flames. He wrote, "I dreamed last night that London was on fire, that I cried out in my sleep and called for help." Although dismissed as a mere dream at the time, Pepys's premonition turned out to be uncannily accurate. 5 years later, the Great Fire of London erupted, leaving many to wonder if Pepys had some sort of prophetic abilities or if it was just a bizarre coincidence. Number 9. Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet has been a source of fascination and fear throughout history, but it was also the subject of one of the most accurate predictions ever made. In 1531, an English lawyer and astronomer named Edmund Custis wrote, "Beware when passing of this comet that it happen not that whilst you think to have shortening of year that the long night may not abate nor end till the end of the year be come again." His prediction was spot on, as the comet did indeed stay in the sky for a full year, from December 1534 to December 1535. This remarkable prediction was the first of its kind and paved the way for future astronomers to make more accurate predictions about comets and other celestial objects. Number 8. The New York Times Building. The New York Times Building is a prominent landmark in Manhattan, but its construction was accompanied by an eerie prediction that no one paid heed to. In 1904, the president of the American Society of Civil Engineers claimed that the building would collapse in 24 hours due to its design flaws. However, despite the warning, construction continued and the building was completed. What makes this prediction so eerie is that it came true in a roundabout way. While the building didn't collapse in 24 hours, it did eventually succumb to structural issues caused by faulty plans. In 1939, part of the building's facade collapsed, injuring several pedestrians. Although the incident could have been avoided if the prediction had been taken seriously, the warning went unheeded and the building met its demise in an unexpected way. 7. The Third Reich. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich in Germany is a dark chapter in history, but it was also the subject of a chilling prediction made over 2 decades before it happened. In 1919, the artist and writer Otto Dix created a self-portrait depicting a world dominated by Nazism. The painting, titled Der Dritte Reich, or the Third Reich, shows a grotesque figure with a swastika armband and a crowd of onlookers. Although the painting was considered controversial and disturbing at the time, it accurately predicted the rise of Nazi Germany and the Third Reich's eventual downfall. Dix's chilling premonition serves as a reminder of the dangers of fascism and the importance of speaking out against tyranny. Number 6. The Los Angeles Riots. The Los Angeles riots were a devastating event that shook the city in 1992, but they were also the subject of a disturbing prediction made by Rodney King before the uprising. In a conversation with a probation officer in April 1992, King predicted that if he was sentenced to prison, there would be a riot. At the time, his comments were seen as a threat and used against him in court. However, after he was found guilty of beating police officers, the full extent of his prediction became clear. As the unrest began, King watched in horror as his words came true. The riots resulted in widespread damage and loss of life, making it one of the most destructive civil disturbances in U.S. history. Number 5. The San Francisco Earthquake. The San Francisco earthquake of 1906 was a devastating natural disaster that claimed thousands of lives and destroyed much of the city. But what's eerie is that this tragedy was predicted nearly 2 decades before it happened. In 1888, a professor of geology at the University of California, Berkeley, made a chilling prediction. He claimed that there would be a major earthquake in San Francisco within the next 20 years. However, his warning went unheard, and the city was caught off guard when the earthquake struck. Despite the devastation, this prediction is now considered to be one of the most accurate ever made, and it serves as a reminder of the power of nature and the importance of heeding expert warnings. Number 4. The Hindenburg disaster. The Hindenburg disaster was a devastating event that shocked the world in 1937 when the German passenger blimp caught fire and 36 people lost their lives. But what's eerie is that this tragedy was predicted by the son of the blimp's designer over a decade before it happened. In 1926, Dr. Hugo Eckener, the son of the Hindenburg's designer, warned about the dangers of using hydrogen gas to fill airships. He stated that the use of hydrogen gas was a ticking time bomb and that a disaster was bound to happen sooner or later. Unfortunately, his warning went unheard, and the Hindenburg disaster claimed numerous lives. Despite the tragedy, Eckener's prediction remains one of the most accurate in history and serves as a reminder of the importance of taking expert advice seriously. Number 3. The Titanic. The sinking of the Titanic was a tragic event that claimed the lives of over 1,500 people in 1911. But what's eerie is that this disaster was predicted 14 years before it happened. Morgan Robertson, a writer and futurist, published a story titled The Wreck of the Titan in 1900. The story is exactly the same as the sinking of the Titanic, except it was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. Robertson's prediction left many people wondering how he could have foreseen such a catastrophic event. Some believe that he simply wrote a fictional story that coincidentally came true, while others believe that he had some sort of precognitive abilities. Number 2. World War II. World War II was one of the most devastating conflicts in human history, but it was also the subject of a chilling prediction made over 10 years before it started. In 1929, J. Robert Oppenheimer, the physicist who led the development of the first atomic bomb, made a disturbing statement. He said, "If the present trends in physics are correct, a generation from now, a single man will be able to destroy the entire world." While Oppenheimer was referring to the potential destructive power of atomic weapons, his words also accurately predicted the outbreak of World War II. The war would ultimately result in the deaths of millions and the destruction of entire cities. Oppenheimer's prediction serves as a reminder of the potential consequences of scientific advancement and the importance of using knowledge responsibly. Number 1. The French Revolution. The French Revolution was a major historical event that had a profound impact on France and Europe as a whole. But what's interesting is that this revolution was predicted in a letter written 14 years before it began. In 1780, the writer and politician Charles de Brosse wrote a letter to a friend in which he predicted the French Revolution. He stated that the French people were becoming increasingly frustrated with the monarchy and that a revolution was imminent. Brosse's prediction proved to be eerily accurate, as the French Revolution erupted just a few years later in 1789. Many believe that Brosse's prediction was the result of his keen understanding of the political and social climate in France at the time, while others believe that he had some sort of precognitive abilities. We hope you enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to leave us a thumbs up, and let us know in the comments below which prediction left you the most speechless. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.